my beloved child. What is being entrusted to you in this season must be guarded in silence. For it is not a gift meant for the crowd, but a grace appointed specifically for your journey. I want you to pause every outward noise. Do not rush to tell others. Do not hastily seek recognition. And do not allow the curiosity of others to enter the place where I am quietly cultivating something precious. You have waited too long to receive this. So, do not let a single careless moment disturb what has been arranged with wisdom. I am speaking directly to you, the one who has often sat in silence and wondered whether your smallest prayers were ever heard. I heard them all. I also saw the nights when you could not find the words, the mornings when you still forced yourself to move forward even though your heart remained weary, and the times when you smiled so that no one would know how strong you had been required to become. Because I have seen all those hidden things. The gift that is coming has also been prepared in a hidden place, where no unfamiliar hand can touch it before the appointed time. Understand that this silence is not isolation, but a sacred space where you and I can meet more deeply. In that stillness, you will hear your inner voice more clearly and recognize things that were once concealed by noise and pressure. I am teaching you to listen not only with your ears, but with your whole heart. When you learn to do this, you will no longer be easily shaken by outside opinions, because you will have developed a firm foundation within. When I teach you to remain silent, I am not calling you to live in fear or to distrust everyone. I simply want you to learn the difference between what should be shared and what must be nurtured until it has fully matured. Some seeds may be scattered across an open field, but other seeds must remain covered beneath dark soil for a time so that their roots can grow deep. If people continually dig them up to inspect them, the young shoots will never have the opportunity to become strong. Your blessing in this moment is the same. It is taking root, taking shape, and being sheltered from eyes that do not yet understand. Not everyone who comes near you has the ability to cherish what I place in your hands. Some will doubt because they have never walked your journey. Some will compare because they have not learned how to rejoice in the goodness given to another. There are also those who do not intend to harm you, yet their insecurity, their comments, or their constant questions may cause you to doubt what you once perceived with certainty. Therefore, see silence as a garment of protection. It is not a wall of separation, but a necessary space of peace in which something sacred can be completed. I know that you once longed for someone to understand your waiting. You watched doors open for others while you remained standing before a path that seemed completely motionless. At times, you wondered whether you had been forgotten, whether your faithfulness had become meaningless, or whether your days of patience were merely extending an emptiness that would never be answered. But you have not been left behind. What is happening in the lives of others has never been the measure of your timing. I do not write every journey with the same rhythm, because every path carries its own assignment, its own degree of growth, and its own appointed hour. While you thought you were being delayed, I was deepening the foundation within you. While you believed nothing was changing, I was teaching you to preserve peace without visible evidence, to trust without demanding the approval of the crowd, and to keep moving without allowing comparison to steal your joy. Those seemingly silent days were never wasted. They made you steadier, wiser, and mature enough not to destroy the gift through impatience. Remember that during those seasons that appeared to be delays, I was preparing not only your outward circumstances, but also your inner being. Had you received what you desired too early, before you were ready, that very thing could have become a burden instead of a blessing. Therefore, waiting was not meaningless postponement. It was a process of preparation filled with love and wisdom. You must remember that the reward soon to be placed in your hands is not intended merely to soothe the hardship of previous months. It also carries responsibility, direction, and a purpose connected to your future. I am not giving you something precious so that you can prove yourself superior to others. Nor do I want you to turn grace into a story designed to attract attention. I want it first to heal the doubt within you, restore the confidence that has been worn away, and remind you that waiting with integrity always produces good fruit. Some gifts arrive as answers, while others arrive as commissions. Therefore, before you announce anything, allow me to teach you how to carry it. Before you open the door for others to see, allow your faith to become strong enough that neither praise nor criticism can shake it. When roots have grown deep, the wind cannot bend the tree. When your heart is firmly established, the opinions of others will no longer determine how you view what I have given you. Do not fear that silence will cause you to lose an opportunity. What truly belongs to you will not disappear simply because you did not rush to promote it. On the contrary, carefulness will help you recognize who is able to walk beside you, which advice deserves your attention, and which voices are merely distractions drawing you away from peace. I want you to observe more, pray more deeply, and respond more slowly. When new joy appears, do not immediately place it before every watching eye. When a door first begins to open, do not quickly invite everyone to witness it. When a plan starts to take shape, do not entrust it to people who have never respected your dreams. This is not because you must become closed off, but because wisdom understands that some things should not be spoken until they have survived their fragile stage. You have shared too early before and then carried anxieties that never belonged to you. This time, I want you to walk differently, more gently, more discreetly, and with greater confidence. Let each of your steps be guided by peace rather than by the pressure to prove something. When you are no longer driven by comparison or by the desire for recognition, you will move with greater freedom and clarity. I am teaching you to live from the inside outward instead of allowing the outside world to shape who you are. What is coming is not the result of meaningless coincidence. It is connected to the times you chose what was right, even when no one was watching. To the moments you restrained angry words, and to the days you refused to give up, even though no one encouraged you. I saw you endure misunderstanding without allowing bitterness to rule your heart. I saw you continue to offer kindness even when you were the one who needed support. I saw you walk through seasons without applause, still complete what had been entrusted to you, and refuse to let delay make you cold. Therefore, the grace that is coming is not a random gift falling from nowhere, but a response to your perseverance. Yet do not view it as a debt I am obligated to repay. Receive it with gratitude, because what I give will not only be worthy of your waiting, but will exceed the boundaries of what you once imagined. Therefore, keep your heart quiet in the days ahead. Do not allow excitement to become haste. Do not let joy cause you to forget caution. And do not permit the questions of others to force you to explain what I am still completing. When the right time comes, you will not need to convince anyone. because the result will speak for itself. Doors opened at the appointed time will not require you to struggle to keep them open. Those truly meant for your journey will know how to respect what you are protecting. Voices that do not belong will gradually fade when you stop giving them authority to define your future. I am nearer than you realize, placing my protecting hand over what you cannot yet see completely and guiding you through every step with gentleness. Trust me once more. What belongs to you is making its way toward you. And when it appears, you will understand why today's silence was the peaceful cradle that preserved the gift until it became complete. Listen to me with complete stillness in your heart, because what I am reminding you of today is directly connected to the path you are about to enter. The years when you felt left behind, misunderstood, unseen, and as though no one could truly reach the deepest places within you were never meaningless. I know there were times when you wondered why others seemed to find companionship so easily while you kept moving from one empty space to another. I also know there were nights when you became so silent that even you could not name your sadness. But, my beloved, that quietness was not evidence that I had forgotten you. It was a sacred space I used to separate you from what was unworthy, heal wounds that had not yet closed, and prepare you for a connection that would never require you to diminish yourself in order to remain. Many things you considered delays were, in my sight, gentle forms of protection. I did not allow certain people to come too close because I could see what you could not. I knew who would exhaust you by continually forcing you to prove your worth, who would use temporary affection to enter your life and leave behind lasting emptiness, and who would draw you away from the path on which I was leading you. Whenever a door closed, you saw only the immediate disappointment, while I saw the painful months from which you had just been protected. When a connection disappeared without a clear explanation, you once assumed that you were not good enough. But the truth is that I was drawing you out of a place that could not nourish the best within you. I have never taken away what truly belongs to you. I have only removed from your hands what you were holding too tightly, so that those hands could be free to receive something more suitable. The person being guided toward you will not be captivated by noise or outward display. They have endured enough to understand that appearances may catch the eye, but only sincerity makes a heart desire to remain. They have been praised, pursued, and surrounded by lively conversations, yet still felt lonely within. Those experiences taught them that admiration cannot replace understanding, and that a relationship without depth eventually becomes a beautiful but empty vessel. Because of this, they have begun to live more slowly, observe more carefully, and refuse to place their trust in anyone merely because of a few moments of emotion. Though they do not yet know your name, your face, or which road will bring the two of you together, there is already a quiet waiting within them. It is the sense that somewhere there is still a person who will not come to perform or possess, but will come with peace, honesty, and maturity. The wonder is that I have placed a similar awareness within you. You are not easily satisfied by encounters filled with beautiful words, but lacking consistency. You cannot remain long in a place where your feelings are constantly dismissed, where you must pretend to be fine to keep someone from leaving, or where your kindness is treated as something ordinary. There were times when you thought you were too sensitive, too deep, or too difficult to love. But I want you to stop using those words to condemn yourself. You are not difficult to love. You were simply not created to become attached to what is shallow. Your ability to recognize insincerity is not a burden, but a gift of discernment I placed within you. It enables you to notice when words and actions do not agree, when affection is only temporary, and when someone wants to enter your life without any intention of honoring the sacred things you carry. Because of this awareness, you have left places where many others would have been willing to stay. They may have called you demanding, cold, or unreasonable. But I know that you were simply learning not to betray yourself in exchange for someone's presence. You have given too many chances before. You have made excuses for behavior that wounded you and told yourself that everything would change if only you remained patient a little longer. Yet patience does not mean accepting disrespect. And kindness does not require you to keep your door open to people who continually enter with mud-covered feet. I am teaching you that love also requires boundaries. That forgiveness does not necessarily mean returning. And that releasing someone can sometimes be the most faithful act toward the path I have prepared for you. The right person will not require you to sacrifice your peace in order to keep them. They will not force you to guess whether you matter, nor will they use silence to control your emotions. Their presence will not be perfect, but it will contain clarity. They may carry wounds from their own journey, but they will not turn those wounds into weapons against you. They will understand the value of an apology, know how to listen when you are vulnerable, and possess enough maturity to speak the truth even when it is difficult. What draws their attention to you will not be your effort to stand out, but the peace in the way you carry yourself, your unpretentious kindness, and the strength formed through seasons when you had to rise again on your own. They will recognize something familiar in you, as though both of you traveled different roads, yet were prepared to understand a language that not everyone can hear. However, I do not want you to turn these words into impatience. Do not begin searching every face, assigning meaning to every encounter, or opening the door simply because you are afraid of missing an opportunity. What belongs to you will not require you to chase it in panic. Your task now is to continue becoming healthier, more truthful, and more firmly established. Care for your heart. Preserve your discernment. And do not allow loneliness to make you lower the standards formed through so many lessons. The right person is not coming to rescue you from yourself, but to walk beside you in respect, maturity, and peace. You will not complete each other through unhealthy dependence, but you will encourage one another to live more faithfully according to the purpose placed within you. Therefore, my beloved, look back upon the seasons behind you with new eyes. Rejection was not always failure. Sometimes it was my hand redirecting you away from a path that was too narrow. Days when no one stood beside you did not mean you were forgotten. They may have been the time in which I rebuilt your inner foundation. The separations that once caused you pain were not proof that love was never meant for you. They only showed that you were being taught to recognize healthy love when it finally appeared. I did not allow you to endure all of those things, only to hand you over to another shallow connection. Remain calm. Keep your heart tender. But do not lose discernment. What is genuine does not need noise to prove itself. When the time comes, you will feel more than excitement. You will experience safety, clarity, and respect. Then you will understand that every previous silence was quietly bringing you closer to what I had prepared. Do not quickly reject a connection simply because the differences between the two of you appear too obvious in the eyes of the world. Because what I arrange is never restricted by the patterns people consider safe and reasonable. I know you have experienced moments of confusion, wondering whether this is truly suitable, whether the distance between you is too great, or whether outside opinions will eventually make everything too heavy. But my beloved, I do not choose according to appearance, status, age, circumstances, or standards that change from season to season. I look into the depth of the heart, at what each person has endured, at the wounds that have been healed, and at the qualities still quietly developing. I see what you cannot yet see. Understand what the world cannot understand, and recognize harmony concealed behind differences that appear impossible to reconcile. When I bring two journeys together, it is not a careless coincidence, but a connection considered with wisdom, compassion, and good purpose. This person is not drawn toward you because of a moment of weakness or a passing emotion. A very gentle process has been taking place within them, slowly but steadily, making it difficult for them to forget your presence. They may have attempted to step back, convinced themselves that the feeling was temporary, or used logic to construct walls that would protect them from what they could not yet name. Yet the more they tried to create distance, the more they realized that something about you brought quietness to their heart. It was not because you were perfect or because you always knew how to speak beautiful words, but because there is a rare sincerity within you, a light that does not need to display itself, and a warmth that causes others to feel seen and understood. This awakened a deep recognition within them. I do not force anyone's heart to love you, but I can open their eyes so they recognize the value they once overlooked. I can help them understand that some people do not enter a life to create disorder, but to bring peace, encouragement, and growth. You have been prepared not only to receive protection, guidance, or new doors, but also to enter a relationship whose meaning extends beyond ordinary companionship. I do not place love in your life as an ornament to decorate pleasant days and then allow it to disappear when trials arise. What I permit to come near you must have the ability to help you grow, teach you to listen, become patient, practice compassion, and remain honest with yourself. This connection may not begin in the way you once imagined, but it may bring what you silently prayed for during many long nights, the experience of being with someone before whom you do not need to strain in order to be accepted. They may not understand you completely from the beginning, but they will desire to understand. They may not know how to love perfectly, but they will be willing to learn. The same is true of you. You are not called to become someone who never makes mistakes, but someone who knows how to correct yourself, soften your voice when necessary, and protect love without losing the peace within. Therefore, do not allow the voice of fear to obscure the clarity I am placing inside you. Fear always exaggerates what has not yet happened. It will describe every possible failure, recall former wounds, and make you question even the things that are developing well. It will also borrow the voices of others to discourage you, causing you to wonder whether you are hoping too much, feeling too deeply, or being too different. But remember that my guidance does not lead you into constant confusion. I may allow you to pass through periods of uncertainty, but I will always leave peace as a sign. When something comes from me, it does not force you to surrender your dignity, live under manipulation, or chase after someone while begging for attention. What I nurture will teach both people to approach one another with respect, honesty, and freedom. I am not asking you to ignore warning signs. But neither do I want your past to cause you to close the door against every good thing now knocking upon your life. Allow this connection to unfold according to its natural rhythm. Do not force an answer before the time is mature. And do not rush to name what is still being formed. Some things need silence in order to take root, time to prove their sincerity, and small trials to reveal who is truly willing to remain. I am teaching you to trust without becoming blind, to hope without losing wisdom, and to love while preserving healthy boundaries. If this person has truly been placed upon your path, they will not merely speak about feelings, they will demonstrate them through consistency, through keeping their word, through the way they respond when you are vulnerable, and through patience when the two of you do not yet understand one another. Genuine love does not grow through promises that sound too beautiful, but through small actions repeated with sincerity. I know this connection continues, returning to your thoughts, even when you try to set it aside and live as though nothing ever happened. You may have blamed yourself for thinking too much, or wondered why a single person could touch such a deep place within you. But not everything that repeatedly returns to your heart is an obsession. Sometimes it is a reminder that a lesson, a healing, or a new door is waiting to be recognized. I do not want you to build an entire future upon one emotion. But neither do I want you to deny something genuine simply because it requires you to step beyond what is familiar. Observe calmly. Allow time to reveal the true nature of everything. What belongs to you will never require you to betray yourself in order to keep it. And someone who truly cares will not leave you constantly wondering whether you matter. Finally, understand that difference is not always evidence of a mistake. Sometimes, the very things that are unlike create a beautiful balance, enabling two people to see life more broadly and mature in ways they might never reach alone. One may bring strength where the other hesitates, while the other brings gentleness where the first has become too accustomed to self-protection. When both people know how to respect one another, their differences will not become a battlefield, but a place of learning. I am leading you toward a love that does not make you diminish yourself, but helps you live more honestly. A love that does not draw you away from purpose, but encourages you to move closer to the goodness I have placed within you. Therefore, remain at peace. Do not run ahead of me, and do not retreat merely because of the noise of the world. Walk one step at a time in clarity, giving what is genuine enough time to prove itself. What I begin in goodness, I also know how to preserve, shape, and bring into maturity at the appointed time. Your journey is entering a new season, and the resources I bring to you will always be accompanied by greater responsibility. My beloved, what is about to be placed in your hands is not merely a reward for the months you remain steadfast, nor is it intended only to make your life more comfortable. It is a means by which you can build something valuable, a seed that must be planted in good soil, and a confirmation that your quiet obedience has never been forgotten. Therefore, do not allow temporary excitement to make you act hastily, and do not let glamorous invitations cause you to forget the original purpose. Some things appear extremely attractive, promising rapid success and instant wealth. But you must learn to distinguish between a genuine opportunity and a trap covered with sweet words. Not every path that shines before you leads to peace, and not every great promise carries integrity. In this season, I want you to keep your heart very close to me before every decision involving money, work, and the future. Give yourself moments of stillness in which to consider carefully, instead of allowing excitement or fear to pressure you into a choice. My guidance does not always arrive with a loud sound, but may be present in a sense of peace. A gentle warning, or a quiet reminder that helps you know when to move and when to stop. You will not have to navigate complicated matters alone, because I will teach you how to preserve, use, and multiply what has been entrusted to you so that it produces good fruit. However, that guidance can only be recognized when you refuse to chase the noise of the crowd and do not allow greed to cloud your wisdom. I am not forbidding you to rejoice, but I want your joy to rest upon a foundation of maturity. Therefore, do not hurry to reveal everything I am quietly building in your life. Your discretion is not cowardice, but a protective boundary around something that is still growing. Consider a young tree before it rises high. Its most important development first takes place deep beneath the ground where no one can see it. In the same way, your blessing must take root in wisdom, gratitude, and discipline before it becomes something others are permitted to witness. I am teaching you not only how to receive, but how to preserve what you receive without losing your peace, how to expand without becoming proud, and how to give without needing praise. When you allow me to complete my work within you, what is placed in your hands will not easily be swept away by pressure, flattery, or impulsive decisions. Walk calmly, my beloved, because what I build to endure will never need to rush in order to prove itself to anyone.